Ford Brody, a Navy bomb expert, has just reunited with his family in San Francisco when he is forced to go to Japan to help his estranged father Joe. Soon, both men are swept up in an escalating crisis when Godzilla, king of the monsters, arises from the sea to combat malevolent adversaries that threaten the survival of humanity. The creatures leave colossal destruction in their wake as they make their way toward their final battleground, San Francisco. In 2007, film producer Brian Rogers met former Toho company director Yoshimitsu Banno, who had the rights to make an IMAX 3D Godzilla film. Rogers then met Toho to arrange a license to produce a 3D Godzilla film. After securing the rights, Rogers approached several film companies, and Legendary Pictures agreed to work with Rogers on the project. On March 29, 2010, it was confirmed that Legendary had acquired the rights to Godzilla. They plan to reboot the franchise with Warner Brothers co-producing and co-financing. TriStar Pictures would not be involved in the production because their rights to the character expired in 2003. Gareth Edwards, director of the movie Monsters, was announced as the director who knew the importance of getting the film right for the fans. Edwards had cited the original 1954 Godzilla as inspiration on the film and wanted a more restrained approach in the veins of Alien, Jaws, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind for that high suspense, especially with the last two, for Edwards is a huge fan of Steven Spielberg's work. David Goyer, the story writer for the Dark Knight trilogy, had been announced as a writer for the movie. However, Goyer only worked a few weeks on the script and did not get a screenwriter credit. In November 2011, Max Borenstein was hired to continue work on the script. During Comic-Con 2012, Edwards participated in a Godzilla panel in which they screened a new teaser trailer. This same trailer was leaked a year later. On September 13, 2012, the movie's release date of May 16, 2014 was announced. By October 4, 2012, the movie was set to be in production by the following March in Vancouver. Also, around this time, Drew Pearce, the screenwriter of Iron Man 3, was hired to perform rewrites of the script. In May 2013, Frank Darabont, writer-director of The Shawshank Redemption and The Walking Dead, was officially added to work on the film script. Guillermo del Toro was intended to direct the movie, but was too busy working on Pacific Rim and had to turn it down. The film is a co-production of Legendary Pictures and Warner Brothers Pictures, with the participation of Toho in creature design, sound design, and plot. Godzilla was originally planned to be found preserved in the Siberian glacier. This was changed when the filmmakers saw that Man of Steel had a similar scene. While shooting this film, cinematographer Seamus McGarvey accidentally went to a lakeside set of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which was shooting nearby, and looked very similar to the set for this film. He described walking around with his light meter, not recognizing anyone, as a surreal, dreamlike experience until he realized this mistake. Also, for the 1950s scenes, Seamus wanted a peeled look with muted colors and diffused highlights. He shot those scenes with vintage 1960s camera lenses and had the shades of black in those scenes digitally tinted in magenta. The skydiving sequence was actually shot in real life by a team of professional skydive photographers led by Norman Kent and Craig O'Brien. For the monster, Godzilla's design and fighting style is inspired by bears and Komodo dragons. In particular, his face is influenced by the heads of bears, dogs, and eagles. Edwards said that the eagle has a lot of nobility and made him feel very majestic and noble. Godzilla is portrayed through CGI and keyframe animation, with partial motion capture performance from TJ Storm, and Andy Serkis consulted on how to make Godzilla's and the Mutos' CGI movements more realistic. The sound designers used the 12-foot high, 18-foot wide speaker array to blast Godzilla's roar at 100,000 watts to get a good idea of his vocal power and strength. At 355 feet tall, a full length of 550 feet, 2 inches, and a weight of 90,000 tons, this is the biggest and heaviest Godzilla that has ever been portrayed. Since he has the ability to breathe with both lungs and gills, Godzilla is considered more of an amphibian than a real reptile. A 400-foot stretch of the famous Golden Gate Bridge landmark was recreated at Kent Hangar Field in Vancouver, British Columbia, and surrounded by green screen, allowing photographic panoramas of the San Francisco skyline to be added digitally. The same spot has been used at the Golden Gate Bridge once before in Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Retired Marine Sergeant Major James D. Dever, one of the film's military technical advisors, put actor Aaron Taylor Johnson through a mini boot camp to ensure he had good military bearing. endeavor also helped stuntmen train for halo jumps. One interesting note is that Taylor Johnson and actress Elizabeth Olsen, who play husband and wife in the film, also play brother and sister in Avengers Age of Ultron the next year, as Pietro and Wanda Maximoff respectively. Actor Ken Watanabe, who played Ishiro Serizawa in the film, was named after director of several Godzilla movies, Ishiro Honda, and after the scientist who killed Godzilla in the original 1954 film, Dr. Daisuke Serizawa. Also, in the opening scene, Watanabe is dressed as special effects director E.G. Tsuburaya. When he worked at Toho, Tsuburaya wore a hat, glasses, and suit jacket every day. Godzilla franchise actor Akira Takarada was cast as an immigration officer, but his scene was cut from the final film for time reasons. Edwards stated cutting the scene was his biggest regret. Despite cutting the cameo, Takarada is still listed in the closing credits of the film. Shortly before the film's release, many Japanese fans began to complain that Godzilla was too fat.
Breathe in, boy.
Unsurprisingly, many American fans retaliated with anti-fat shaming comments. The cast was even asked about it during the Hollywood premiere. Most of them joked about the fiasco. Luckily, there have been reports of other Japanese fans defending the design, saying that Godzilla actually looks proportionate, explaining that he would need a big torso to hold up his own weight. When Godzilla stomped into theaters on May 16, 2014, his mighty battle proved pretty successful for Warner Bros. Both critics and audiences praised the film's direction, visual effects, musical score, cinematography, respect to the source material, and actor Bryan Cranston's performance. But the screen time of the title character and the underdeveloped human characters turned off most. At the box office, it also turned out to be a success, making $200.7 million domestically, making it the 13th highest grossing film of 2014 in North America, and more than $529 million worldwide. The film also received 4 Golden Trailer Awards and several nominations for other awards. This was the last collaboration between Warner Bros. And Legendary Pictures until Detective Pikachu in 2019 and the MonsterVerse for the following films: Kong Skull Island in 2017, Godzilla King of Monsters in 2019, and the upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong in 2021. For a limited time, Godzilla cup tops were available in late May in Japan. In early June, Toho put up a Godzilla display in the JR Hakata station in Fukuoka, Japan. They also had a mural created on one of the walls of Toho Studios. After many years of lackluster sequels and other adaptations of the monster, Edwards' Godzilla manages to come out on top and brought the spiky giant back to its fiery glory.